construction management, where you will have choices about technology and its relationship to sequencing. What comes first, what comes next. You need to liaise across all of these different elements, and that's key for building surveyors and construction managers, where we are expecting to have minuted meetings and evidence of those within your packs. And it's an obvious place where you will get downgraded as far as your marks are concerned about your quality of communication, your meetings having appropriate actions at the back end of them, who did them, did they actually be fulfilled in the end. Now, if I just skip and go straight through to the tasks, I'll do the same with the surveyors. Both of you actually are asked for plot surveys. You've been to the site. You have the ability to look at Google Maps. I would strongly suggest that is one of the very crude but effective ways of trying to get an idea of where your buildings are on your particular plots. Once you've done those, you need to also make sure that the larger important features are shown. And it's not just good enough just to have a Google map and it's blatantly obvious there's a road there. Label it. What's the impact of that upon your site? Are there any power lines through there? Where are the services if you know of any? You then come to a sole managerial task, which is looking at the alternative cladding options for the drawings supplied for planning purposes. These are getting closer and closer to needing these. However, you have got images that Nigel did pass to you, and they do give you a pretty good idea of what the cladding systems are. You need a site safety plan. If you don't have one of them, big problem. Okay? So we're assuming that everybody is doing every single bit that's down on this list. Waste plan. And I've given a few more hints to you on the waste plan, where we've got things like method statements. And really, unless you know the sequencing, you don't know those. And you can't do the risk assessments until you know the method statements, because the risk is different for each way of doing things. What are the recycling options? What happens about final waste and site clear up? And also the reinstatement. What's the landscaping line and the external works? You need a project program with highlighting critical activities. Now, a few little hints with this. In the past, I've needed a magnifying glass. Now, this is good in one way in that you've taken so many activities all in one go that it's very comprehensive. The bad thing is I couldn't read any of them, and it was so small I couldn't really tell when the start date or the finish date of each of these activities actually was. If you're going to use Microsoft Project, be careful. It may be worth having broader brush activities, such as groundworks, and then have a separate Gantt chart for groundworks saying site clearance, excavations, drainage, services, going through the different sections that you would expect on a separate Gantt chart. You need a risk register for the scheme. So all of your third year work that's coming through now, risk registers is high on that. You need to be able to undertake one of those. We need appropriately scaled feasibility drawings for the working site layouts. So where is your material movements going to be? Where are your storage areas? Where is the site canteen and other various elements for the workforce? How is if the project's phased, how are those phases going to move through? And each team member needs to identify one drawing that they were responsible for. In other words, some people can do more than one, that's not a problem. If you've got an expert on there that does cracking out drawings, not a problem. However, you all need to do one, and it needs to say that you were responsible for that particular drawing. It's a bottom line skill that's expected. You don't need to be brilliant, you do need to have some experience of doing it. Managers. Is that coherent? Yeah.
You expect the drawings to be in CAD, or can they be hand-drawn?
They can be hand-drawn, but they've got to be coherent, as in, if some of the CAD ones are layered, colour, very detailed, huge annotations, whopping great amounts of notes down the side, and the hand ones look like they were done with a crayon, there's a problem, because your assessors, your professional assessors, are going to come along and just say, what? So agree within your team some sort of strategy about producing these, and if somebody has to sit with somebody else to do a CAD drawing, i.e. it's what you do at work. Somebody said, so-and-so says, oh, I've got to do this. Okay, who can do it? You, come and help. Yeah? Not a problem. But it's got to be yours. If you're helped by somebody, not a problem. And I do know, and I realise, that CAD is very easy to just go, I've emailed your drawing to you. Just avoid it, because all it happens is later on in life, you had the opportunity to do it at university, you don't have time when you're actually working out there to learn how to do it, and you wish you had done it. You really, really do wish you had. Now's the opportunity. Do it now. Not later. Anything else from the managers? Okay, on to the surveyor. I did say it would be fairly brief.